Hello guys, today we are going to learn data types in Python. We will see examples and we will understand it quite in detail that how Python data type works and maybe like in if this particular video may be lengthy, so what we can do is we can have two videos for this, and in the second video I will show you the inbuilt functions of Python data type and more of its functionality. So let's start with this. So what we are doing right here is that is Python data types. Now Python data types are I will say broadly classified into two categories. One is called as standard data type and second one is considered to be your data structure data type. Now within these we have again variety of stuff inside it. So first one is number, second one is boolean, and third one is string. And my number is again classified into classified into three types. One is integer. First one is integer. Second one is float, and third one is complex. Now, going towards data structure data type, first is list. First is list. Second is tuple. Third is set, and fourth one is dictionary. So step by step we will see all this thing, and guys, I will upload this particular sheet with the video, so it will be helpful for you to work on it. Okay, so very first variable which I am creating is of type integer. So how can be integer, how integer will look like? So suppose 1947. So this is my integer variable. Suppose I am using a print function right here, and using this print function, I am printing it, and I'm also checking type of this particular variable. So we are also using type function with our print function. So what will happen right here? When you will run this one, it will show you the value of this particular variable, as well as it will also show you the type of the variable. So both the things will be in front of you. Okay, so right here you can see that like it is this one is displaying the value. This one is displaying the value, as well as it is also showing you the type of that particular variable. So in our case, it is integer. So, and its thing to understand right here is it is represented as class int. As we will grow in this particular area step by step, we will see that why it is called as class, and why or what is the approach behind that. So second one is, suppose I say where underscore int, and I say minus 1947. So my output will be the same. Okay, my output will be the same, that is minus 1947. one thing which is very important to understand right here is all positive numbers without any decimal value is considered to be your they are considered to be positive or negative. Okay, all positive and all negative number who are considered to be whole number are part of your integer. Now second type of data type is your float data type. So 3.14 for example. Okay, so what we are doing is we are checking if, so right here we are taking float and I'm printing type as well. So where underscore FLT and my type, and then I run this one. Okay, so I got the output and I also got the data type of this particular stuff. So now again, important thing to remember is all positive and all negative whole number with fractional value is considered to be your float values. Number with combination of whole number and floating number all together makes a float. Okay, now next one, so that is called as complex number. So complex number we studied in our school days. So complex number is collection of real value plus imaginary value. So this is considered to be your complex number. So right here 23 is my real number and my 7j is considered to be complex, your imaginary number. Yeah, so what we are doing right here is we have this particular number 23 plus 7j, where 23 is real number and 7j is my imaginary value. So combination of these two gives me resultant as follows. Now same thing if you want to see as a negative one, so that is also possible. That is also possible, and see this particular output right here. Okay, now next data type is my Boolean data type. So I have Boolean data type right here. Bool is equal to true, and I'm printing it. So I'm printing this particular thing. Now, one important thing to be remember right here is there are 3 such keywords in Python which starts with capital letter. So those are true, false, and none. So these 3 things should be remember in mind whenever you are using true or false or none anywhere in your program. So it should start with capital letter. Okay, there should not be any quotation marks inside that. So this is your true and this is your false. Okay, anything other than this or any other spelling is considered to be a string. Okay, so these are important things which you should remember always. Now next one is string. So my string is Python programming. In upcoming videos, I will also show you about slicing and indexing of strings, lists, tuples, and much more. So right here, what we are doing is we are looking into the data type as well as our string. So this is my string, which is Python programming. Now, right here, there are few things which should be considered. Suppose I have one string my name is okay. So this is my name. Okay. Now, if I will use double quotes outside my string, then this will be one string and second one will be this one. My ABC will not be part of it. So in case of Python, Python suggests that you can use single quotes in such situation. Okay, you can use single quotes in such situation. So your output will be with double quotes. Your output will display the value in double quotes. So my name is ABCDE. So it will display that particular thing. Now I have something like this. Like my string is I don't know his name. Okay, I don't know his name. Now, in such type of scenario where you have single quotes inside your string, then you can use double quotes outside this. Okay, and then you can run this particular thing. Third condition. Now, third condition is my name is ABC and I don't know his name. Okay, we have both kind of scenarios in one string. So what I will do in such scenario? So Python suggests that you can use triple single quotes outside your string. So on both side we will on both side we will have triple single quotes which will help you to get the output. So this is all I will say in very brief that about your standard data type. Those are integer, float, complex, boolean, and string. Now next set of I will say data type is list. So my list is represented like this. Okay, this is my list, and if I want to print it, so I will simply say print list, and then I will run this one. Now this particular list is combination of values which are integer in type. So I gave the name as where underscore list underscore integer. So this is my output. Now I am taking another type of list and I'm trying to get the output right here. So this is my list. So let me print it. So this is my list of float values. Now next one is I'm trying to create a list of complex number. Okay, so list of complex number. So combination of variety of complex numbers, and now we are printing it. So this one is my output where I am getting complex values. 1 minute, there is some mistake in. Yeah, it was just a mistake, typo mistake. So now next one is we are taking example of Boolean values. So list of Boolean values are right here. So list of Boolean values, we have multiple true, false inside it, and we are printing the same. So this is my output. Okay. Now next one is list of string. Okay, list of string. So this is my list of string. I'm taking alphabets inside it, and now I'm printing these values. So this is my output. important thing to be like to remember right here is my list is represented by square brackets. My list is represented by square brackets, and we need to take care of that particular thing. Now, next one is that is list of fruits. So we have a long list of fruits, and if I say print, so this will be my output. Yep. Now, one important thing is, suppose there may be one question in your mind that do we have list of list, whether it is possible like that. So yes, there can be list of list as well. Okay, so this example is list of list. Okay, and all those all the different type of list which we have created right now, so all were used right here, and we are taking the same example for our learning purpose. Okay, so right here I have taken total 6 different lists, and I have created list of list. So let me print this one. So I will say print and list of list. Okay, there is another way of creating list of lists. Suppose we have already created 5 or 6 different lists, and now I want to use those variables as name of to create my list. So it is very simple. So you can have this particular thing, and then you can print it. So where underscore lst dot lst underscore lst, and right here we have these values, and we have a list of lists. Got it? So whatever lists we have created yet till this point, we can create list of list. Now one more thing which you should remember, that is you can create list of tuples, you can create list of sets, you can create much more thing like that. Second, that is you can have combination of all this together. Like you can have a list of numbers, you can have list of numbers, float, complex, boolean, string, list, tuple, set, and dictionary. So all together can be part of your list, and you can create any complex kind of list from that. Second type of data type is, which is part of your data structure data type, is tuple. Now, important part of tuple is it is represented by parenthesis. Parenthesis, you know well. This is parenthesis. So it is represented by parenthesis, and important thing is you cannot change values inside your tuple. So tuple is considered to be immutable. When we will see the inbuilt functions of all data types, at that time I will show you everything again. So till this on this specific point right now, understand only one thing, that you cannot make change inside your tuple. So taking an example of tuples, we have square bracket in case of list. Now we have parenthesis in case of, so we have var underscore tuple of integers. Then we have tuple of float values. Then we have float of complex tuple of complex value. So we have tuple of complex value. So right here we have tuple of complex values. Then next one is my tuple of booleans, tuple of boolean values. And don't worry, I will share this file with you, so it will be available for your practice purpose. So don't worry about code and all these things. You can see these things one by one, and you can type it down, and also you can take reference from the file which I will share on it. I will share GitHub link on it, and then it will be available for you. We have tuple of strings. So tuple of strings we have, and then you have tuple of countries. So tuple of countries. So we have long list of countries. So right here you can have, and now you can print it as well. So this is the, now again what we are doing is we are creating tuple of tuple. Okay, we are creating tuple of tuple. So you will be more clear with this, that how it works. And although it is not at all complex, that what we are doing right here, it will be like you will understand quite quickly on that. Okay, only thing which you should remember, that right here we are taking example of tuple of tuples. You can have tuple of list, you can have tuple of other stuff as well. So everything is possible right here. So this is my tuple of tuple. Now we have already created multiple tuples, and we have given variable names right there for those tuples. So you can create tuple of tuple with the help of those variables as well. Okay, so there is no complexity at all in that. So this is my tuple of those variables, and you will get the output here. So this is my tuple of tuple. So these are the values which you find right here. Okay, it is quite long because we are not using the print function. Let me put print function right here, and then we will print it. Then it will be in proper format. Okay, this is about your tuple. Now next one is set. So set is again collection of values. Its representation is curly braces, and your set is comprised of single values. Okay, so we will quickly take one example of this, and then I will explain you more about tuple. Sorry, set. So we have where underscore set. So this is set of continents. So I will print this one. So right here you can see that I am getting this particular output. There are two things which you have observed right here. My values are shuffled in the resultant set. Okay. So when we talk about set, this is property of set that you cannot, first thing is you cannot have duplicate values in set, and second thing is values inside set, they always shuffle. So you need to take care of that particular thing, and uh, like gradually you will understand this particular thing, that how your set works and other things inside that. Now we will take example of I will say dictionary. So dictionary is actually collection of values, and these values are in key and value pair. So I will say where underscore dict. I will create my dictionary. Now right here what you can see, my one is my key, apple is my value, 2 is my key, banana is my value, 3 is my key, cherries is my value, 4 is my key, dates is my value, and so on. Okay, so these are the things which we have inside our dictionary. Okay, and if I want to print it, I will say simply print dictionary. Okay, now guys, two things are there. One is first one is my representation of dictionary is same as your what you can see in case of set. So both are represented by curly braces. Difference is my dictionary is combination of key and value, whereas in case of set it contains only value. Okay, your set contains only unique values, whereas there is no constraint of unique value or another other things inside my dictionary. There is values of set get shuffled, whereas value of dictionary doesn't shuffle at all. So there are, yes, there are difference right there, which you can find right here. So if I want to take dictionary of dictionary, something like that, or I will say in place of dictionary, suppose I am taking another example, that is dict1, and this is my dictionary. Okay, and I am printing it. So now right here you can see that my dictionary is combination of key and value, whereas my key is also a string and my values is also string. So that is also possible. In previous case, we have taken numbers as key and values as your string. Now, one more example where you have combination of different things. Like we have seen this particular thing that like I will say dict2, and we have this. Now right here we have Mercury as key and its value is type list. Then we have Venus as key and values are tuple. Then we have Earth and we have set, and then we have Mars and we have dictionary. Okay, so let us run this one, and let me print this. So